Hey everybody, it's Mr. Capcom, and this is my quick review or overview of the LG Optimus G. I want to give a shout out to the blog Are You an Android because they actually supplied us with the LG Optimus G on the Sprint network. I just had my S3 here and my Galaxy Nexus just to kind of do like kind of a size comparison to kind of see which one's bigger whatnot. If you look closely though, the Optimus G is kind of slightly taller or thicker than the S3, and so is the well, of course the Galaxy Nexus is. But you can see right there, it is this is kind of a bigger phone, but you can't really tell. It's still thin. I still like the profile. This is like the Galaxy Nexus 4. Excuse me, the Nexus 4. It has a glass back on it. It is a fingerprint magnet. Doesn't really matter to me. The build is nice. It feels nice in the hand, and I actually noticed that the buttons are kind of nice to click on. I kind of don't like this glass back. I have seen a lot of people say in the Nexus 4 forums that this actually breaks from different temperature changes and whatnot, and I kind of wouldn't like that. It's on Sprint. I have Verizon, so of course I probably wouldn't buy this phone personally, but it's a nice choice. It's a nice phone. I'll get to that later on. The specs is a let me check. It's a 1.5 Qualcomm Snapdragon S4 Pro. I've heard a lot of good things about these phones, and with it being a quad core, it's really fast. I'll turn it on in a minute. It has 2 gigs of RAM, which is the same as in my S3. Both phones are equally fast, but of course the quad core is going to be slightly faster because of the extra cores. Let's go ahead and turn it on. So we have the LG logo. Let's see, this guy boot up. Now I haven't had an LG phone since my LG Dare, which was a candy bar phone, touch, like probably one of my first touchscreen phones. I used to always like LG's design, but in the smartphone area, in my opinion, and this could be totally wrong, they kind of fell off. I'm not too happy with the way that they deal with their smartphones. They don't really reach out or at least give us information as much as some of the other companies. But so here it is. I will notice that let's take a look at the screen brightness. Let's see, display and brightness. All right, so I'm gonna put this up to blast. So bright that it's not even showing up correctly on my camera from the right angle. But we can see the screen is beautiful. I mean, I got my S3 and my S3 and my Galaxy Nexus next to each other. And you can see, even though the S3 still kind of looks brighter, more vibrant with the colors, the LG one looks a lot better. I mean, the LG one comes with excuse me, it's a 4.7-inch 768 by 1280. I believe it's True HD IPS Plus. I've seen the IPS screen in my Transformer Prime, and it is a beastly screen as far as like it being bright and being outside in the sunlight and whatnot. But most of the time, I use my Prime inside, and most people who have this phone will probably use it outside. But having an option for it to be just as bright to be able to see in the sun is a nice add-on. Personally, I kind of do like the LG Optimus G's display. It's really nice. Like I said, it's really vibrant and bright. I'll go ahead and put this back on automatic brightness. There you go. I'll just put it halfway so the screen can see it. Now I'll move over onto the software. Now we have LG's very own skin on top of this, which with the quad cores and even with my S3, TouchWiz isn't intrusive. It's not laggy. I have no issues with it. So of course most of the manufacturers put these skins out, if they optimize them for dual core and quad core, they're going to come out pretty quick. And LG has done the same. You can see everything's real fast and smooth. Kind of like some of the effects they put in there. You can see kind of how that bends out there. And I like the power off transition, like a little circle that closes. The icon selection is pretty cool. I mean, some people don't really think about that, but you have to ask yourself. For me, I like to theme my phones. As you can see on my S3, I do like to have a nice theme on there, and icons are kind of important. Is it a deal breaker for a phone? No, but it is a nice thing. I do kind of like Motorola's icons. LG's icons are pretty cool too. So you can see that with this quad core, the phone is extremely, extremely fast. I haven't had any issues when I've been testing it. The only thing I can say, and it's not even on the phone's part, is where I live at, I get a nice amount. Let me show you real quick. Right now I'm on wireless. Let me turn this off. Right now on Verizon, I get 4 bars 4G LTE, perfect. Sprint, I get full bars 3G. I have yet to have 3G on this phone the whole time I've had it, and it's kind of, I don't want to say it's a deal breaker, but at $199 you expect for the phone to have 4G. I understand Sprint is still rolling out their 4G network, but that was kind of bad on my part. There isn't really much else to say about the phone. It's fast. The wireless is great. I like some of the ways that they designed the UI on here. You can see that it's so bright that it's kind of like messing up my camera, but I had to refocus. But it's a good phone. I mean, the only issues I have with it, it does come with ICS, and I would have thought that because this came out in October, I believe, that it would have gotten Jelly Bean by now. They said it was supposed to release by the end of December. January is coming in a couple days, but you know, it is what it is. ICS is real nice on here. Like I said, it's probably be even faster with the Jelly Bean on it with Project Butter. But until then, we just have to wait. But you know, all in all, it's a pretty nice phone. I would definitely say check it out. I wouldn't necessarily say that me personally, I would go out and get it. I like to, ROM and root my phones. I checked XDA developers, and I know that they're not the only place to get this stuff at, but they're a pretty big contributor to most of the ROMing and stuff like that in the communities. It wasn't really much of anything there for the LG. It wasn't any leaks. It wasn't any active developers. So I mean, you're not going to have a big developer community behind this phone. And in my opinion, if you really like the LG Optimus G, you're probably better off getting the Nexus 4 on like a GSM carrier. You won't get the 13 megapixel camera, which I did test out and it was good, but my 8 megapixels in my S3 is still good. Now, if you're on Sprint and you're wondering, okay, is this the phone for me to get? That's all up to personal preference. Me personally, I would not leave my S3 right now. If I was to leave my S3, the only phone I would go to, well, the only 2 phones I would go to would be the Nexus 4, and that's, of course, not on Verizon. If I had to get a phone on Verizon, it would be the Note 2. So, it's on Sprint, I would probably still go with the S3, maybe wait until CES and a couple of other events to see what other new phones. I would probably pass on the LG. But it is a good phone, like I said, and it's kind of a personal preference thing. If you just want a phone that works out of the box, I guess, this isn't that bad. It is fast with the quad core. You do get tons of options to change the processor and stuff like that. But I'm not too hype on the LG right now. The Nexus 4 is a special case because of the fact that it has Google's backing and it'll get all the updates and everything from there. But other than that, I would pass on the LG Optimus G. Alright, so if you have any other questions or anything else you want to add to the review or you want me to answer, just put them down in the comments. Take a look at my blog. Just Google Mr. Catcom, techmessenger.com, and check out areyouandandroid.com.